Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Coffee House. We're continuing our 57th year of hosting great music and poetry. Thank you all for joining us online and in person on this chilly evening in the new year of 2024. Any donations for the spring of 2024, I should say. Any donations for tonight's show will go to help out the Coffee House, and for that we do thank you all. If you're watching online and wish to donate, go to the-coffee-house.com/live and click on the tip jar button. Coffee and other drinks and treats are provided by Plymouth Church and Jan Ivy Iverson, whom you met at the door. Any money you donate for them will go to one of the worthy causes that Plymouth supports. You can see their sign over on the coffee table. So please be generous and thirsty and hungry. There will be a 10-minute intermission after the first set. Opening our show tonight is me, a 27-year-old singer-songwriter and producer who's making waves in the Milwaukee music scene with her heartfelt originals and soulful storytelling. Over the summer of 23, she played her Summerfest debut and was featured on the Musicians Venture podcast and the Wisconsin Music podcast, where she candidly shares her transformative journey in music. Me was also featured in America Family Fields Live from Left Field's music series, So Far Milwaukee's lineup, and at No Studios. Most recently, Me toured alongside Milwaukee's Kula to Jackson, Mississippi for an OO Presents show at the Great Dueling Hall. Fans anticipate the release of Me's collaborative original pop project with Timothy Rose from Sunsod. Without any further ado from me, please welcome Me.
Over here. Thank you for such a warm welcome. It's a pleasure to be here. For those that are online, I just said thank you for a warm welcome. I'm Me. My human name is Maggie, but when I'm on stage, I'm just me. It feels a lot better to be up here because I can process my emotions in my life. Sometimes I say I'm a sad girl with a guitar, but today I'm feeling pretty happy because it's so sunny outside. I don't know about you all. After the snow and slush and gloom, and then we'll be looking at a little bit of darkness on Monday. And back to you, Ken, with the news. All right, so this first song I wrote a while back, but it reminds me of like an old school cowboy ballad. And it's a little self-effacing, but it's kind of what I tend to do. So this one is called Too Much. There's a lot to look around at closely, and still I find that my mind mostly notices what I don't have yet, flooding what I've got with regret. Yeah, everywhere I go I take my pain with me. I can't leave it at home, it keeps me company when I wanna be alone but never lonely. Is there anyone out there who really knows me, or have I been hiding behind a mask that only covers my eyes to lock the windows of my soul shut? 'Cause I'm afraid if you see inside, you'll see too much, and I'll be too much. Whoa, 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 whoa. I spend a lot of money on therapy. 5 years ago I cut off all my family, to save myself. So now I'm healing, but I'm still in hell. What I've come to see about my story is that it builds a case for all my poor me's. They love it when you feel bad for me, but my story's getting kinda boring, yeah. I'm sounding like a scratch recording, yeah. I'm sounding like a scratch recording, yeah. Have I been hiding behind a mask that only covers my eyes to lock the windows of my soul shut? 'Cause I'm afraid, yeah, I'm afraid, yeah, I'm afraid. If you see inside, you'll see too much, and I'll be too much. I'll be too much. Thank you. Thank you very much. I apologize for that. How are we doing with the guitar? Yeah? Thank you. Thank you for coming very much. I'm so grateful to be here. I've not had the privilege. I'm grateful to Ben. He's such a treat if you haven't heard him before, really. I mentioned 5 years ago I cut off my family. I would not, for the record, I would not have done that if I didn't have to. You know? Sometimes family's hard, and I wish there was any other option, to be totally frank. But there wasn't. And this song took me a while to write, but it's very, very near and dear to me. And it's a tough one, but it's necessary, and it helps give you a little insight as to why I had to make the decision I had to make. Are these the winds of change, or is it just a breezy day? I need a moment to catch my breath. Will I blow away? Who am I anyway? A shapeshifter, a lost sister, a silent victim to a faithful sinner. If you dare ask my forgiveness, am I wrong if I don't give it to you? Am I wrong if I do? I dare not pass along the pain that you passed on to me. Or have I already done so by cutting off our family? They don't know a thing, or do they? Either way, it's best that I'm not in the picture, so you may paint it as you please. And your memories of me will wither. I'm sorry, I can no longer carry your guilt with me, Daddy. I'm sorry, I can no longer carry your guilt with me, Daddy. I thought the only way the pain would go away was if I ran away and didn't pay attention to it. But I learned that the only way the pain would go away was if you didn't do it. Now I can't go back in time or heal these wounds with rhymes. So all that I can do now is tell the truth. I'm sorry, I can no longer carry your guilt with me, Daddy. I'm sorry, I can no longer carry your guilt with me. These the winds of change, or is it just a breezy day? I need a moment to catch my breath. Will I blow away? Who am I anyway? Thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you for being such a wonderful audience. I can already tell you're so receptive and warm, really. Thank you. So yeah, that's a heavy one, and life can be a little bit hard. The people that I love are so kind and supportive, and I always feel a little bit guilty about some of my sorrows. And ironically enough, I used to live on the street that this song is called. Downer. I went to UWM, back in my old stomping grounds here, so it's nice to be back. The song is really just about feeling a little bit guilty about being a downer to the people that I love, but knowing that I'll always be there for them when they feel a little bit heavy too. So. Try to write a song about when I'm not crying, but I'm in a lifetime course of pain and suffering, so that I may grow beyond and start becoming. So maybe I'm a downer, but if you'll take me as I am, we can grow together. Someday maybe stand tall in all the glory of the lessons that we've learned. But for today, let's feel the side, and tomorrow let it burn. I'm not here to tell you how to do or live your life. You're the only one that knows the depth of your own knife. I'm just here to take a load off you from time to time. It's the least that I can do for all the times you carried mine. So maybe I'm a downer, but if you'll take me as I am, we can grow together and someday maybe stand tall in all the glory of the lessons that we've learned. But for today, let's feel the side, and tomorrow let it burn. The pain will make or break you. I'll be damned if I let it take you. I may not be an upper, but I'll give it all till you got enough. I may not be an upper, but I'll give it my all. beside each other, someday maybe stand tall in all the glory of the lessons that we learned. But for today, let's feel the side, and tomorrow let it burn. Thank you, thank you. Thank you again to Chris Ives and Ben for having me out here tonight. Along the way in my little story here, I was with somebody for about 8 years. And as we all know, sometimes those relationships that aren't meant for us will slowly unravel before our eyes, whether we are okay with it or not. And this song I wrote as a last-ditch effort to get that person to wake up and see the unraveling. But later in the story, I think you'll figure out what happened. This one's called Strangers. Oh, pardon me. There we go. I look up from the glass that I swirl in my hand, hoping the wine will help me to understand how we got here. Once we were glued at the hip and the lips, so sure that nothing could get better than this. We were right, where did the time go? If I find it, then I might know how this happened. I could retrace our steps and take us back to the start instead of nearing the end. But I've lost sight of the love in your eyes. Now you're somebody I don't recognize. Baby, I fear we're in danger of becoming strangers. I take a sip of my wine and think back on the times we were laughing so hard we couldn't see. Then I shut my eyes and remember the times we were loving so hard we couldn't breathe. What I would give for you to take my breath away. I'd sell my soul for just another day spent wrapped in your arms, like we don't have a choice, knowing how to communicate without using our voice. But I've lost sight of the love in your eyes. Now you're somebody I don't recognize. Baby, I fear we're in danger of becoming strangers. I stare at you through the empty bottle, your face distorted as a truth that I can't swallow. 'Cause wine goes down easier, and I'm not ready to not love you. I still do. And if I angle my head in just the right way, I can see you, my love, as clear as day for a moment. chance we can make this moment last? Or are we holding on to the past? I've lost sight of the love in your eyes. Now you're somebody I don't recognize. Baby, I fear we're in danger of becoming strangers. If we become strangers, can we meet again so we can fall back in love without playing pretend? Thank you. Thank you. I do feel very sorry if you know how that feels. It's not an easy thing to do. And unfortunately, my song, even though ironically it was his favorite song of mine, did not go truly heard and received. So this next song is about the aftermath, and hopefully it'll be in tune for y'all. Yeah, 8 years. You build a life, right? A whole life. And when that life ends, what's left is that of kind of a corpse, a shell of what it was. And this one here is about that corpse, barely breathing. I crumble to the floor like a piece of paper. Overwhelmed by all our life, I'll have to sort through later. And the weight of all the memories I'll have to mourn. The ones that kept me holding on when I was torn. I've been living in the corpse of who we used to be. The remains of all we were left for me to clean. While you're 1,000 miles away, assuming this is easy, I'm a puddle on the floor, barely breathing. Paintings of vacations, pictures of your parents' dogs, a million DVDs and books and cartoon mugs, board games we collected, puzzles we forgot we had, and the surround sound system setup we got from your dad. Wall decor your mom and I went shopping for, our homemade kitchen island, the couch and tables that we scored, the rug that we replaced 100 times 'cause of our dogs, storage in the basement, our bed up in the loft, Christmas ornament collection. My God, I have to stop. Before I crumble to the floor like a piece of paper, I finally found the strength to get back up. But the weight of this old life is dragging me down to the ground, where I've been living in the corpse of who we used to be. The remains of all we were left for me to clean, while you're 1,000 miles away, assuming this is easy. I've been living in the corpse of who we used to be. The remains of all we were left for me to clean, while you're 1,000 miles away, assuming this is easy. I'm a puddle on the floor, barely Thank you. And the best part about pain is you get to write a song about it. So yeah, I've used music my whole life to feel and survive, like most musicians I know. And during some of the darkest moments of my life, music quite didn't totally cut it, and I've had to spend some time in meditation, deep, deep, deep meditation. And there was one time where I was just feeling pretty hopeless and lost. And I had what I consider a moment with source energy. It was a very feminine energy, and it was very motherly, and I had been missing my mother for years. And it gave me the boost that I needed, and she said some really wonderful things, and I had to write a song about it. And this is the last one I got for you today, and then you'll get the lovely sonic treat that is Mulwana. Thank you again. Thank you to the Coffee House, Chris and Jim. Thank you. It's a beauty, this life, she said, through porcelain lips, stone cold, but brighter than the sun, and softer than a rosebud. Your beauty, as I've made you to be. Get lost in this wonderland of yours until you're ready to return home to me. It's a beauty, this life, she said, along with all of its misery. You won't find gold in an apple, but a seed to plant and grow your own tree. It's a beauty, this life, she said, where you're given the gift of choice. No one can force your hand. No one can steal your voice. I made it so you may grow in any way or not at all. Your beauty, as I've made you to be. Get lost in this wonderland of yours until you're ready to return home to me. Beauty this life, she said, it's yours, I gave it to you. Do with it what you choose. You're a beauty. You're a beauty. You're a beauty as I've made you to be. Get lost in this wonderland of yours. Thank you very much.
Thank you, me, for that wonderful opening set. We're going to have a 10-minute intermission, but before you jump up, Jan's got a door prize, and so look at your tickets and make sure that maybe that you're the winner of these lovely flowers. And I think there's some other things there too. What else do we have, Jan?
Chocolate and flowers.
All right, a good combination. So I'm going to grab this one right here. 952 is the first winner. Do we have a 952 here? Okay, should we try another number?
Yeah, it is too. 952.
All right, we do have a 952.
Chocolate or flowers? All right, and flowers have to go home to somebody.
And the other winning number was 958. 958. All right. So please take advantage of refreshments courtesy of Plymouth Church volunteers, Dave and Chris. Thank you so much, folks. And Jan Ivy Iverson. Any money that you put in the tip jar over there for the treats, it goes to Heifer International, which is working to accelerate the path to living incomes for all people. So we'll see you in 10 minutes, and thanks again, Mee. It was a really wonderful set.